We're Team Celebrate, and this is Winning the Walmart Game.
So let me ask you this. What if I told you that something like 73% of Walmart sellers are burning money on the wrong keywords right now?
Yeah.
And that one seller we worked with, well, they were losing $47,000 a year.
Yeah.
On just 12 poorly optimized campaigns.
That seller. Yeah, that was us before we figured out the Walmart game anyway.
Exactly. And that's what this deep dive is all about. We're pulling back the curtain. We want to show you how to start turning data, specifically your ad and keyword data, into actual tangible profit on Walmart.
Right. We'll get into why winning on Walmart needs a totally different approach than other marketplaces.
Yeah.
We'll share a bit more about that. $47,000 wake-up call we have.
Definitely a wake-up call.
And crucially, we'll dive into one key area today, finding profitable keywords, just to give you a taste of the kind of actionable, data-driven strategies you're going to find here.
So, okay, why this show? Why this deep dive? You touched on it, but the main problem, it's pretty simple, really. Walmart just isn't Amazon.
It really isn't.
And trying to jam the same strategies in, especially for ads and keywords, it usually just leads to frustration and, wasted money.
That's exactly the mistake we made. We had campaigns running on Walmart using the same kind of tactics, the same keyword targeting that worked great elsewhere.
Right. You think you're doing okay?
We thought we were doing okay, but we weren't looking at the right data, or maybe not looking at it the right way, specific to Walmart's platform, how their customers behave.
And that ignorance.
Yeah.
Man, it was costing us. That $47,000 number, that wasn't just some guess.
Yeah.
That was the actual calculated annual loss across just 12 of our Walmart Connect campaigns.
It's painful.
Targeting bad keywords, inefficient bids, just totally not optimized for how Walmart's search and customers actually work. It hurt.
It really, really did. But, that pain, that was the catalyst. Losing that kind of cash, trying to manually force strategies that just weren't built for Walmart, that's exactly what pushed us to build a solution specifically tailored for the Walmart marketplace. We were sellers first, struggling with these exact same problems.
And that's so key. That's what makes us different. And it's really what this deep dive is all about. We didn't just build some generic e-com tool and then try to cram Walmart into it.
Right.
We built Celebrate for Walmart sellers, by Walmart sellers. Our whole approach, the knowledge we share here, it comes straight from being in the trenches.
Yeah, managing multi-million-dollar ad spends on Walmart, figuring out what actually moves the needle, profitably. We always say we're sellers first, software second.
Exactly.
And the mission here really is just to share that knowledge we fought for. Every single deep dive we do, it's designed to give you actionable insights, stuff drawn from real Walmart data, real experience.
We want to help you cut out the guesswork, slash that wasted ad spend,
Yeah.
really maximize your ROAS, your ROAS.
Yeah, get that ROAS up.
And give you the data, the automation, the confidence you need to actually scale your business on Walmart the right way.
Okay, so let's talk specifics. What does that mean in practice? If you're losing money on Walmart, like we were, a huge culprit is often your keyword strategy and your ad optimization, obviously. You might be running ads, targeting terms you think customers use.
Right, the ones that seem logical.
But on Walmart, it could be completely different, totally different search behavior sometimes.
Exactly. Walmart customers, they search differently. They use different terms, maybe structure phrases in a unique way. Understanding those little nuances is just critical.
Oh, absolutely. Just grabbing a keyword list that works somewhere else and pasting it into your Walmart Connect campaigns, that's basically a recipe for burning budget fast.
So, okay, how do you find the right keywords on Walmart then? Where do you start?
It really starts with looking at the data Walmart Connect itself gives you, specifically your search term reports. This is where you see what customers actually typed in right before they saw your ad or clicked it. It's gold. Really?
Yeah, pure gold. But most sellers, they just glance at it, right? Maybe filter by ACOS.
Exactly. And you have to go deeper. You need to analyze those search terms, not just by ACOS or even CTR, but by looking at whether they actually led to profitable sales.
After all the costs are factored in.
Yes, after everything. You might find a search term, it looks okay, decent ACOS on paper, but if your product margin is tight on that item, and the conversion rate for that specific term is low, well, it's actually losing you money every single sale.
That's what we call harvesting. Those high-converting search terms.
Precisely. You're digging through that raw data, finding the exact phrases customers use that lead to profitable conversions for your specific products.
And you're cutting the fat.
Cutting the fat, getting rid of the terms that only cost you money, and then doubling down, putting more focus, maybe more budget on what really works.
Can you give an example, like something specific?
Sure. We found for one product a slightly longer, more specific search term. Something like lightweight backpacking tent too.
Okay, very specific.
Right. It had a significantly higher conversion rate and a much more profitable ACOS than just the generic term camping tent.
Even though camping tent probably had way more search volume.
Way more volume. But it's kind of counterintuitive, isn't it? Targeting those lower volume, super specific but profitable search terms, that can be way more effective than just chasing high volume generic terms that mostly just eat up your budget with unqualified clicks.
That's a huge takeaway. Focus on profitability, not just traffic, not even just revenue sometimes.
It's a core principle we learned the hard way. Profitability first.
And okay, so once you identify these like golden high converting search terms,
Yeah.
what do? Just put them in ads.
Well, yes, definitely in your ad campaigns, but you need to actively use them elsewhere too. Think about your product titles, your bullet points, your descriptions.
For organic ranking too.
Exactly. Walmart's organic ranking relies heavily on relevant keywords. So aligning your listing content with the terms that you know actually drive profitable sales, that's a really powerful kind of two-pronged strategy.
So this deep dive today, it's really laying that foundation, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Understanding your ad spend, your keywords, but through that profitability lens, specifically for Walmart.
Yeah, it's absolutely the first step. It's how you start avoiding those $47,000 mistakes.
And this is really just scratching the surface, folks. Over the next few deep dives, we're going to take this concept way further.
Oh, yeah. We'll get into really specific tactics, optimizing your bids, your budgets, all based on that profitability data we're talking about.
We'll do a whole deep dive just on the process of harvesting those high-converting search terms, like showing you the exact reports, the filters we use, how to dig in.
Yeah, and we'll explore how you can use keyword tracking data not just for ads, but to boost your organic rankings by really dialing in your listing content.
We'll also cover listing performance more generally. Things like using monitoring alerts to catch changes, maybe price changes or suppression issues, that could totally tank your sales or hurt your seller's standing.
And we'll definitely spend some serious time on understanding your true profitability. We'll dive deep into using P&L dashboards, that's PNSNSLNSL, to get crystal clear on your margins after all the fees, the ad costs, everything else.
And using your actual orders and sales data to spot trends, maybe identify your most profitable products you didn't even realize, and make smarter strategic decisions backed by, real data.
Every deep dive is designed to build on the last one. We want to give you clear, actionable steps you can take to actually win on Walmart.
You have to start taking action now. It can't just be passive listening.
Right. So let's issue a challenge, a bit of homework for this week before our next deep dive, something specific related to what we just talked about.
Okay, here's your challenge for this week. Go into your Walmart Connect search term reports. Your mission is to identify just one search term or keyword phrase that is costing you money without driving profitable sales.
And don't just look at the ACOS, the ACOS. Look deeper. Look at the conversion rate for that specific term. Think about your product margin. Is it really contributing to your bottom line, or is it just burning budget?
Find that one money-losing term. Zero in on it.
Yeah, get it in your sights. It might take a little digging, maybe more than you think, but trust us, finding even one is totally worth it.
Because next week, we're going to deep dive into exactly how to analyze that term with even more data, and more importantly, the exact tactical steps you need to take. Do you try to fix it? Do you just cut it loose?
So yeah, this isn't just listening, it's about doing. Commit to finding that one term this week.
Okay, before we wrap, let's hit a couple of quick-fire questions we get all the time from sellers. Stuff tied into today's topic. First one, how can I find the right keywords? The ones customers are actually using on Walmart.com.
Great question. And it's exactly what we were just talking about, right? It's not about guessing. You have to leverage Walmart's own data.
Those search term reports again?
Dive into your Walmart Connect search term reports. See what people actually typed that led to clicks or ideally sales for your listings, and then, supplement that. Use keyword discovery tools, maybe ones built specifically for Walmart because they can sometimes uncover terms and customer intent unique to the platform that more general tools might completely miss.
Perfect. Okay, second question. How do I know my real profit on Walmart? After all the fees, the ad costs, it feels impossible to track manually.
Oh, it absolutely is impossible if you're only looking at like revenue or basic sales reports. Real profitability, that needs a comprehensive P&L view. P&L, meaning you have to factor in all your costs. Your COGS, cost of goods sold, your shipping costs, Walmart's referral fees, storage fees maybe.
And the ad spend.
And critically, your advertising spend, your PPC costs, ideally broken down per product, maybe even per keyword if you can get that granular.
So you need a tool or a dashboard for that.
Pretty much. A clear P&L dashboard gives you those insights into your net margin after all those expenses. It shows you which products, which ad strategies are actually making you money and which ones are just, well, not.
Okay, wrapping up then. Winning on Walmart. It's not easy, maybe, but it's definitely achievable.
Yeah, when you stop the guesswork and start using the data, mastering your ad spend, your keywords, looking at it all through that profitability lens we discussed, it's a non-negotiable first step. It's foundational for profitable growth and avoiding that wasted spend.
So remember that challenge. Find that single underperforming keyword or search term this week. That's your homework before the next deep dive.
Do the digging. Identify where the money's leaking out, because in our next deep dive, we're going to pick up right there, show you precisely how to fix it.
So don't miss it. Follow or rate the deep dive. Make sure you catch the next one. We'll show you how to turn that unprofitable keyword into a winner, or how to confidently cut it loose and put that budget somewhere. It'll actually work harder for you.
See you there.